Today's video is what I did with an in-person client who suffered from pain on the top of the foot. This video is divided into 3 parts where I go through the anatomy of the painful site, followed by what could likely be the cause of pain, and finally what are the exercises that we can do. And if you stick around till the end, I will show you a bonus exercise that will improve the strength and mobility of your lower body so that you can stay pain-free. However, if you would like to skip forward to the exercises, you can do so as I have included timestamps, but I highly recommend going through the whole video to help you understand this problem better so that you can implement what you learn to other problems that may arise in future. Let's first look at the foot and ankle. The foot is a complex structure. It's made out of 26 bones and 33 joints. I don't know about you, but when I hear the word joint, I think about movement. A joint is 2 bones joining up together with its articulating surface to do what? Movement, of course. So let's go back. Your foot has 33 joints. Doesn't this make you ponder how the traditional thinking of a low arch or high arch foot is good or bad? The height of your foot arch doesn't really matter that much if you can get the bones and joint to move. Different phases of gait will determine which joints are moving and which are not. Now, for the sake of keeping this video short, we won't go into too much detail of that. Circling back to what this video is about, which is the pain on the top of your foot. We need to be looking at these long foot bones called the metatarsals. These bones are not moving well, so tissues around these bones are not able to contract and relax. We have this muscle called the extensor digitorum longus, a mouthful. It runs down from the front of your shin into these 4 bones here. It controls 2 movements. The first is ankle dorsiflexion. Next is toe extension, the last 4 toes here. When this muscle is tight, it pulls the ankle more into dorsiflexion, and you can see how this was the case in my client here. When I got him into this kneeling position, the gap in between the ankle and the ground was probably about like 3 fingers. Ideally, we would like the front of the ankle to be almost touching the ground. So clearly, this is a restriction we should be working on. Another movement that will be restricted will be toe flexion, pointing it downwards like crunching up. Remember, the action of the muscle that I spoke about just now is toe extension, and toe flexion is the exact opposite of that. So with this information, we zoom in on improving ankle plantar flexion, which is the action of pointing the ankle downwards like so. I got my client to do this in a kneeling position. Now, getting him to sit for about like 30 seconds, allowing himself to relax and sink into the ground. After about 3 sets of this, we managed to bring his ankle down onto the ground to about 1 finger spacing. It's quite a good improvement. Next is this stretch for the distal part of the foot. Now remember that the extensor digitorum longus muscle has tendons running down these 4 bones and into the toes. So by getting the toes in this crunched up position and putting weight on the foot, this allows the metatarsals to actually spread out a little bit more and open up more space between them. Then the tissues here will open up. Again, the same prescription as the first stretch, holding for 30 seconds for 3 sets. Now, next one is a kneeling to squatting exercise. This one here is really a game changer. Client was pain-free after this exercise. It is very simple to execute. Get in a kneeling position like this with your hands just beside your knees. Use the assistance of your hands to push yourself back. Raise the knees off the ground and come into a squatting position. Now hold for about 1 second, then returning the knees back down onto the ground. Go slow in this movement. You don't want to be rocking forward and back in this. I got my client to perform 3 sets of 10 reps. Pain in any area of your body as it relates to your muscle and skeletal system is almost always a result of the overloading of tissues in and around the painful area. This overloading is caused by segments or part of the body that have tissues that do not move or glide very well. Now in this case of foot pain, my client's foot bones weren't moving and the associated tissues were stuck. So all the above exercises were meant to unlock the tight tissues and help the bones and joints in the foot to start moving better. Now, as promised, I have a bonus exercise that will help tie in everything we worked on today. And when done right, this is a very powerful exercise that has the potential to help fix many lower limb issues. And the best part is that it's scalable in terms of difficulty. Now, this is the split squat. Here, you can see my client split squatting onto 2 yoga blocks. Now, as you improve and get stronger, you can drop down to 1 block. What you see here is that my client was holding on to the wall on his right side for some support. I was getting him to stay heavy on the front foot's heel throughout the movement. This exercise, when done right, will allow the foot arch to drop and also form back up, which is the ultimate goal, to get it mobile and moving. This movement in the foot is like a massage for the foot. The little joints in the foot all get to move through its full ranges of motion. This is an exercise that we all should be doing on a daily basis. I will equate this to brushing your teeth. It's like a hygiene practice for your joints in our lower body. Now, foot pain is usually associated with knee pain, so it'd be worthwhile for you to check out my knee pain video for an in-depth cueing of the split squat. Now, Gary from Penultimate Performance, signing out.